Criminal acts. Some are minor, some major. Some are funny to hear about. Others are just downright gruesome. Today, we'll take a look at 6 crimes you've probably never heard about that will make you scratch your head. Michael Harrell. Bank robberies have been occurring pretty much since the existence of banks themselves. Some robbers get away with it, some don't. Although some of these robberies are violent, the vast majority are not. That's the case with Michael Harrell. According to the Cleveland Police Department, Harrell attempted to rob a U.S. bank branch in 2019 after handing a note to a teller. The note read, "This is a robbery. Don't get nobody hurt." The teller complied with his demand, handing Harrell $206 in cash and immediately dialed 911. Harrell was no longer on scene when officers arrived.
Smooth getaway, right?
Well, not so fast. You see, that note he handed the teller was a form that Harrell had used at the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles. It actually contained his full name and address. Yikes! Harrell was located by the FBI and eventually arrested. Michael Lloyd. Ah yes, another Michael, and yes, another bank robbery. This time in Springfield, Missouri. In 2021, Lloyd entered a Bank of America branch to make a transaction. The problem is, he wanted money that was not his. Lloyd handed the teller a banknote that he conveniently had written on the back of his own birth certificate using a pink highlighter. Not only did this genius use his own birth certificate, but he committed this robbery while wearing an ankle monitor related to a previous robbery. Lloyd fled the scene with a whopping $754 in a black Dodge Ram pickup truck. Lloyd threw his birth certificate and ID out the window as he fled. He became scared and started throwing the money out the window upon seeing officers responding to the scene. Authorities were tipped off by his roommate's boyfriend of his whereabouts. He was quickly captured.
Rutledge Dees.
In December 2020, Rutledge Dees, from New Orleans, Louisiana, was sentenced. Rutledge Dees IV on Monday to 5 years of probation and 400 hours of community service, in addition to having to maintain employment, attend addiction counseling via the Internet, and refrain from using social media. Why, you might ask? He was charged in 2019 with using the Internet to engage in fraud and later committing sexual battery. How exactly did he carry this out? Well, Rutledge committed one of the strangest crimes you may ever hear of. He utilized social media pretending to be his own brother, seeking to find a home health aide to assist his disabled brother. For several months, he posed as a special needs patient. You may find yourself scratching your head at this point. Well, Dees carried out the special needs rouse in order to have female nurses to change his diaper and bathe him. Absolutely crazy. The story does not end there. In December 2021, he was arrested once again, pretending to be a special needs patient that needed his diaper changed. This time, in addition to being charged with a probation violation, he was charged with human trafficking. This time he was not so lucky at trial. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison followed by 5 years of probation. Marianne Cash and Nan McCarthy. And the Parents of the Year awards go to these two. On August 16, 2019, Marianne Cash, Nan McCarthy and a third unknown woman entered a Bambi baby store in New Jersey. They were accompanied by 3 toddlers. They entered the store with the sole intention of stealing a brand new $300 baby stroller. Sounds simple, right? Well, things did not go as planned. 2 of the women distracted store employees while the third folded and walked out of the store with a stroller. Shortly thereafter, the other 2 women left along with 2 toddlers. That's right, only 2 of the 3 toddlers. They inadvertently left behind the third. A blunder they only discovered after being gone for almost 6 minutes before one of them returned to the store. Police were later able to identify and arrest 2 of the women, Marianne Cash, 23, and Nan McCarthy, 20, both from England. The third accomplice was never identified. Luis Ortiz. Some burglars have things on their mind other than the jewelry in your home. That was the case for Luis Ortiz of Connecticut. In 2020 he took advantage of a coronavirus-related restaurant closures and decided to break into the Sol de Cuba Café eatery. Not only did he break into the business, but he spent a whopping 4 days inside. He gave in to his indulgences with his very own buffet. Ortiz allegedly consumed 70 bottles of liquor and thousands of dollars worth of food and beverages. Officers responded to the business after receiving a call of a burglary in progress. When they arrived on scene, they discovered Ortiz asleep inside. He was arrested and charged with burglary, larceny, and criminal mischief. Serena Wolf. Be careful who you trust, no matter how close you are with them. In 2019 a man learned just that through an act of revenge by his then-girlfriend. Serena Wolf and her boyfriend were visiting Clearwater, Florida from Buffalo, New York. Wolf became upset with her boyfriend when he would not purchase her a plane ticket to fly back to New York. While visiting the Clear Sky Cafe, Wolf used her boyfriend's credit card to purchase food for a total of $55.37. This is where it gets interesting. Still angry at him, Wolf decided to leave a generous tip to the waitress. That amount? $5,000. She initially denied doing this to her boyfriend. A fraud investigation was launched, and it was discovered she in fact had made the purchase. Wolf was eventually arrested and charged with grand theft. Well, that concludes today's video. We hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe as more interesting videos are on the way. Thank you.